Hello, this is Big A with ETFTrendTrading.com. This is a trading psychology tips part one. I will be doing at least a part two, maybe a part three down the line. Now, it's very simple for many to understand the technical side of trading. Enter if A, B, and C happens. Place your stop here. Put your profit target there. That is pretty easily learned. Some people pick it up, learn my system. I can't think of other people's systems, for example, because some of them are very simple and too simple, and they lose money, and some are so complex I don't even understand them. So I can only speak for my system. Some people learn that in 1 or 2 days. 1 or 2 days, that's it. And some people maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Doesn't take a long time. So that's the easy part. The money management, I have a free video that talks about why I have risk controls. That's pretty easy too. So what we're going to talk about is trading psychology. Let me first say that if you day trade, it is very hard to have discipline because of the way the market's moving fast and how you are so involved. That is why I like trading long term off of the daily charts, because it only takes 5 to 10 minutes per night to make your decisions, and then your orders can be automatically executed at the market open the next day. So first of all, the day that you start trading outside of the system because you're bored and you, quote, need the action, is the day that you start losing. Not trading is a trading decision. So there's a couple things there, and that is that not every day is a trading day. So what? I would rather be wrong and lose a trade and follow my system than be win a trade and not follow my system. Okay, that's how important it is, because if you get in the habit of going outside of your system, you might be rewarded that first time or two with a good winner. You might move that stop and end up having the market come back, and then you'll be tempted to move that stop the next time and the next time, and it ends up being disastrous. Or you might end up saying, I'm going to go outside of my system and go for a little bit bigger target, because I teach my students you're never going to capture the whole trend unless it's by pure luck. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't matter. You only need to capture a good portion of the trend to make money. So you might be tempted to say, I'm going to go ahead and go further and be rewarded once or twice outside of the system. But overall, it's going to be detrimental to your account, because more times than not, the market will come back and you should have gotten out where the system says to. So my point is that I tell students is, why even buy a system if you're not going to follow it? What's the point of that? If you think that you're that good at it, then do 2 accounts. Do 1 account where you follow the system exactly, and do another account where you do all sorts of emotional discretionary trades. But don't compare results for 12 months. So it doesn't matter if you do better for a month or two. That could be attributed to a lot of different factors. Luck, market volatility, and different things. You do that for 12 months, and then you'll know whether the exact system is better or not. And I'm not just talking about my system, but I'm talking about any system out there, comparing apples to apples, if you think you can outbe it. Now, it's possible after 12 months you might say, I am going to do this one extra parameter to the trade, and I'm going to write that in my system. That's called personalizing your system, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you have 12 months of data. You don't want to do that after a month or two just because you start to think you see a decent pattern. So not trading is a trading decision. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to not need the action. If you're only trading 5 to 10 minutes a night, that's fine. There's many days in my advanced members area blog where I specifically spell out all the trades with the stops, limits, targets, and I say, hey, there's nothing new today. There's absolutely nothing. Here's the charts. Here's confirmation. We don't have our counter trend trade. We don't have our trend trade. So that's just going to happen. Okay, now the other side of that is under trading, and that's not taking the trade when the signal tells you to take the trade. That's not good. Once again, why buy a system if you're not going to follow it? If that's your problem, and I'm going to point out quite a few problems, and every person's different, and just like you mature and grow up, you're going to mature in trading and grow up. There is a process. It is not overnight. That's a big myth, and I want to dispel that right now. You can learn the technical system overnight. You can learn the money management overnight, but the trading psychology takes a little longer. So if I can shortcut some of your learning curve with this free video, then that's well worth it on my part, whether you ever buy my course or not. I don't care. I do want you to be long-term successful in whatever you do. So what I tell people on this second point is just do it on a demo account until you're comfortable. Paper trade, demo trade. See, you don't want to undertrade and not do it when it says to if you're trading a $200,000 IRA. Yeah, you might be a little nervous if you don't have your confidence up yet. You're not going to take every single system trade until you're 100% confident on live money. So you might as well do it on demo money. But pretend like it's live money. That's the big difference. You've got to pretend like it's live money. Then after, I don't care if it's 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, whenever, it's your money. Whenever you're comfortable, then you go ahead and say, now I'm going to start following the system and taking every single trade. Okay. Now, you have to excuse my title here being a little messed up. I am not the big graphics guy, and like I said on my homepage, there's absolutely no fluff in my course, and people that like fluff don't like that, or fancy graphics. It's just hard-hitting trading information, and that's what counts. What I always say, would you rather have a fancy binder in CDs, or would you rather make money and have a risk-averse system? That's what I thought. Okay, there's a big difference between working and playing. In work, you sacrifice your time for money. That's like a job. So you don't want to come to trading with the work attitude. Come with the right attitude. See, the big paydays many times are easy and will feel like play. I don't have a problem in this area, but some people do, and that's that subconscious fear of success, or that was just too easy. Now, there's the fear part of it. If that was too easy, I should be working harder to make this 10% gain in 2 weeks. Listen, the market just handed it to you and you followed the system. You did work. You followed the system and you made your 10% in 2 weeks. Don't feel bad about that. It doesn't matter. Because at the same time, the market will be happy to take your money away if you do the wrong things over and over and over again. The market has no respect for persons, does not care how much you think you need to make on a trade or not make on a trade. So if you learn to flow with the market and just take what it gives you in the trends, then it doesn't matter. It does feel like play on those easy days. But there's also days where the market's sideways for 2-3 weeks at a time and you don't make anything. Well, that just comes with the territory. So you just, there's no other real psychological trick to saying you deserve the money. If you bought an expensive course, if you've put in time trading, if you made it through the psychology, sure, you might not be working 8 hours a day. You might only be working 5 or 10 minutes a night trading, but it is still work and it is still your money and it is still earned and you still deserve that money. So I don't know how else to say besides that's just the way that it is. The other side though is that you might say, hey, this is so easy, I'm going to do this again every single day. And then you're going to try to force the market. So you've got to realize that, yeah, there's times you get big, easy paydays. There's times that gold or the GLD ETF, which I like to trade, will move in a very good trend for a period of time. And you might say, hey, I think there's another one here. Well, if there's not a confirmed signal, according to the system, there's not another trade there. So that's the other side of it, is thinking it's too easy. And now that's a trap that many new traders fall into. Statistically, 50% might just get lucky right off the bat, and 50% might come in and have a harder market or break the rules. But if you get lucky off the bat, or especially if you go outside of your trading parameters and get lucky, you're really setting yourself up for failure because you're going to think this is extremely easy. Well, the statistics don't lie. 95% fail in the first 2 years. Now, most of those are day traders, but if you look at this over a long-term period of time, it'll be a lot higher probability for you to be successful. Okay, let's move on to the last point in this free teaching. At some point, you will get a string of winners. Do not become overconfident. At some point, you'll get a string of losers. Do not become depressed. At some point, you will get no new trades. Do not get bored. Now, you might hear my baby in the background yelling, "Dada." That's one of the advantages of working at home. Even though I do have the office there in Birmingham, and you can call or contact anytime from the homepage. But trading at home is a joy, and that's just another benefit I don't talk about often. So these 3 points, overconfidence, boredom, and depression, are all killers of good traders. If you know up front that this will happen at some point in time, you will be better prepared for when it does happen. Friends, it will happen. You will get tempted to become overconfident, because the system, not you, the system provides many winning traders in a row, or a few really big trends and you make 30% in 2 weeks. It's not about you, it's about the system. Don't become overconfident, because if you're too overconfident, you're going to think you can force the market and read into it and start placing trades outside of the parameters. And at some point, you'll get a string of losers. No big deal, as long as you follow the risk controls that I talk about in my other free video, which you've got to watch if you haven't. Why use risk controls? And at some point, you'll get no new trades. Big deal. The market sideways, we talked about boredom already. So that's it for now. If you do have any questions at all, you can always go to etftrendtrading.com. Call the office and speak with one of my assistants. Thank you. Have a great day.